How do you deal with fear and doubt?
So, fear and doubt, they are real feelings. They are real worries or concerns or emotions, and they need to be addressed. So if you have doubts about somebody, you've seen something that created doubts in your heart, do not overlook it. Don't overlook it. Don't downplay it. Don't push it aside, because at the end of the day, this is someone you want to commit the rest of your life to living with, so you need to be very careful. Doubts, are they the ones for me? Again, that needs to be seriously dealt with before moving forward. So if I were in your shoes and I have fear and doubt about the person I'm about to commit to, first of all, I'm going to take a step back. The reason why I'll take a step back is this: as long as that person is there, your emotions will cloud your decision-making process. And the closer the person is, the more you are unlikely to make the right decision. So take a step back, and I personally would take time out to go and pray and then list out. So I'm a list girl, right? I write down. So I will write down all the things that I loved about them or like about them. I like all the things that are giving me fear and all the things that are giving me doubts or concern. Then I will ask myself, these things, are they ever going to go away? So if there are things that are not going to go away, you need to rethink it at that point. Can I live with this for the rest of my life? You know, there's some things you see them once a week when you meet. It doesn't matter. But when you're living under the same roof, you're going to sit there 24 times a day. Now, can you deal with it? If it's a big deal for you, I won't go ahead with that relationship until I've sorted that bit out with the person. And if it is not, I'll let it go, because I don't sweat small things. That's just me personally. But do not let that go without addressing it. And my preference will be step back, list out, ask myself objectively, can I deal with this or not, and pray about it.
When Bola and I were dating, you know, I was this close to breaking off our relationship. We were in school, and there was this guy.
In uni.
We're in uni, yeah. And there was this gentleman who was her lecturer, because she was taking extra accounting lessons, yeah. And there was this guy who was constantly hovering around her, you know. And I'm thinking, and we were in uni, and this guy was a lecturer. He had a car, he had a sports car. I mean, wait, let me.
Similar age, it's not like a lecturer, an old man somewhere. By the way, everybody.
What difference does it make? Like, whether it's the same?
Maybe a year or two older than Eddie, so we're like. When you say lecturer in your head, you're thinking an old man.
No, I'm not trying to say you're going for the sugar daddy was out. Then this guy was, and so unbeknownst to me, the guy, apparently Bola led this lecturer to Christ, and so as a young Christian.
Could you just say this guy, because he's not, you know, I'm going to mention his name in a minute. He's already a married man.
He's a married man. No,
he's not a lecturer. He's a friend.
But he was your lecturer now. What
he's a friend, man.
But who's the lecturer?
Who is the lecturer? A friend who is the lecturer.
Why do you want me to say he's a lecturer? That is a friend. But you say he's your friend now.
Somebody's dating the lecturer.
But you not dating. But you said you were not dating him.
Why would you date him?
Exactly. Now, so what difference does it make what I call him? Anyway, as I was saying, this lecturer. So every time I come to her hostel, I see this sports car, you know. Sports car, and the guy is always so I started feeling uncomfortable.
You were walking. Yeah, you didn't have a car to your name.
But I was a student.
I know.
And then one day, as I was coming to her hostel, I saw this gentleman. I saw her in this gentleman's car, and the guy was bringing her from lecture. I said, nah. I said, no, you know what, I've had enough. I said, no, I'm going to call this thing off. I mean, because I can't deal with drama in a relationship, you know. So I called a meeting. I called her. I said, Bola, come. I want to talk to you. And I asked one of my best mates to come along with us. And I said, look, you should come with me because I'm going to break off this relationship. And so just in case she's crying, because we're all classmates, just in case she's crying, can you please comfort her when she's crying, you know? So I mean, that's me just playing Jesus there.
You
know?
expected you to leave when it's time for you to talk.
Yeah, I'll get to that bit. So and then so he comes along with us, and then he comes along with me, and we sit on a bench, and then Bola comes, and then so my friend Peter, you know, sat between myself and Bola. So at some point, I was expecting Peter to leave so I can break the news to Bola, and then he wouldn't go. Now prior to that time, I was asking Bola if Bola had already told her parents about me. And then she said, no. I I said, what's going on here? You've not told your parents about me, and this lecturer is always in your hostel. What is the problem? What's going on here? Why have you not told your parents about us dating?
Took me to my parents' home.
Can you imagine that? The audacity. And then one day, Bola's parents live in a different city. One day, I said, oh, how did you get to your parents' home? She said, oh, this same lecturer took. I said, you mean your parents have met this lecturer? She said, yes. And he drove you all the way. We're talking about an hour's drive to your home. Your parents this guy has met your parents? She said, yes. I said, nah, I'm done here. I'm so done. And then so I was waiting for Peter to leave. Peter wouldn't leave. I owe this marriage to Peter. If Peter had left, I would have just told Bola, you know what, I'm so sorry, I'm no longer interested. But Peter wouldn't leave. So I started kicking Peter, I started pinching him, and he would be looking at me and just smiling. And I was thinking, my friend, move, man, let me do what I came here to do. And then as Peter was hesitating, Bola goes, I told my parents about us this weekend. I said, you did? She said, yes. You've told your dad and mom about us dating? She said, yes. Peter gets up and left. So what did they say? That's the reason why. Why was I sharing this story, by the way?
Fear and doubt.
Aha! So there's good fear and there's bad fear, you know. So that was me experiencing fear there, and the fear was unfounded, and I was going to jump to the wrong conclusion. So I would say, don't just pray about things, because you can pray and still hear your own voice. Talk to a mentor. I always advise every man and every woman to have a mentor in your life. Not your father, not your mother, a mentor who loves you enough to tell you the truth and tell you as it is. So that will bring a second opinion. The Bible says, in the multitude of counseling, there is safety.